Welcome, Leo. This is your monthly focus for March 2023, and everything is moving. Everything is changing. This is one of those months that you refer to as this is when it all happened. This is when it all changed for me. This is when my perception changed, my thoughts changed, my actions changed, and led me to this point in my life. And we start off on March the 2nd. Mercury moves into Pisces. For you, that's in your 8th house, okay? So it's allowing your creativity and your imagination to flow. You're tapping into your intuition, tapping into your magic to discover truths. It could be very much discovering the truth, and I would have to think that it's the truth of what you want to step into, where you want to grow, what you desire, your goals, your dreams. And so allow your thoughts to drift, to be open-ended, to where you can go, what you can do, what you can create. Absolutely, because on March the 7th, Saturn moves into Pisces. So this is where Saturn says, if that's what you really want, then let's build a strategy. Let's have a game plan. Let's move forward on this. Let's make it a reality. On March the 7th, we'll have also the full moon in Virgo. For you, that is your 2nd house, so it's about your finances. And you become very practical, you become very organized, and allow yourself once again to get lost in your thoughts of the future and where you want to go and what you want to do and who you want to become, and then tie that into your finances. And how is your finances working for you right now? Or do you need to create a new money stream? Or, are you just spending money carelessly? Are there things that you can sacrifice in the moment that will allow you extra funds to create the abundance that you want in your life? Okay, it's all about your money. It's all about your finances. And it's bringing it into a practical, organized plan of how that money is going to accumulate, what you're going to do with that money, and how it's going to allow you to move into your future plans, your future dreams. On March the 12th, and nobody's really talking about this, but Jupiter conjuncts Chiron. And I thought, well, that's something that really only happens like once every, 10 or 12 years probably, right? Jupiter's got to come all the way around again. So, in saying that, I'm kind of surprised that no one's talking about it. But this is when we can have this huge spiritual healing. Now, it could be spiritual, it could be philosophy-based, but there's a healing that can happen for you. Now, this is where you've tried to expand your knowledge, where you've tried to maybe embrace some kind of travel or movement forward, where you have been, your joy, your optimism has somehow been squashed. Okay, this is something that's happened to you in your past. These kinds of things that have held you back from really sharing your gifts, your talents, your amazing, unique you in some way, in some form with the world. Perhaps turning it into something that you make money from. That it's not only your job, but your passion. It's not only your career, but it's your higher calling. So I think it's a very powerful time for us, and it can show us where we maybe where we were seeing something or allowing something in our life that we know we need to get rid of in order to really move forward. And that could be the healing that has to happen because of that, because of us making that choice, that desire, that demand in our life, that commitment to ourselves. On March the 16th, Venus moves into Taurus, and so this is about career. Okay? This is about... Now, Venus moving into Taurus, it really is about a sensual, romantic, patient kind of love. But it's also about money too, because it's in Taurus. And for you, it's definitely money with your career, growing it in some way. So it's about falling in love with what you do and your passions and your desires. Once again, we're coming around to that kind of theme in your life. Like you haven't shared a part of yourself, which is so, I heard, critical or paramount in your blossoming into a brand new path that fills you with passion, that fills you with joy, that fills you with anticipation each and every day. And maybe when Jupiter and Chiron meet in the sky, maybe this great healing happens, and then Venus moves into Taurus, and you open up to what could really be in your life if you wanted it. March 19th, Mercury will enter Aries, which is your ninth house again. And then, of course, we have the sun moving into Aries on the 20th, and then we have the new moon on the 22nd, all moving into Aries, really. So this is kind of like the happy new year for the astrology. Okay, we begin new paths. It's a reset, a restart, a rebirth. It's recreating ourselves in some way. For you, it's about your learning experiences, gaining knowledge, maybe travel. Travel could be very big for you. Okay, and looking to, and you will learn things. You will get aha moments and ideas from where you travel and what you take in and what you see and what you experience during those trips. Or it might be traveling in your mind through meditation, but I almost get a sense that it's more than that. Even if it's a little day trip or something, you take something away from it. Okay, something that's waiting to be shown to you or something. The sun moving into Aries, that just gives us this vitality, this fiery energy to move forward in the way that we want. We can be a little bit more spontaneous. And it's not a time, the sun in Aries is never a very comfortable. It's pushing us out of our comfort zones. It's pushing us into the unknown and try and go with the flow as much as possible. You'll be glad you did. March 23rd, Pluto is going to enter Aquarius, though, and it's going to be like a little trailer of what Pluto means in our life personally, because it'll go back into Capricorn and then it'll come back and it'll be there for a couple of decades. So it's a very long time for you now. It's about creating harmony in your life, in your relationships, deepening relationships, growing relationships. And really, Pluto is our power. Okay, so how do we gain power? How does relationships empower us? How does harmony empower us? And we will have power within our relationships. We'll have power to actually create the harmony. Now, under this kind of energy, though, we can make a lot of compromises. So don't, make sure that you are being empowered through your decisions, okay? And you're not giving a part of your power away during these compromises that you are making in order to create the harmony in your life, in your world, in your job, in your community, within yourself. Okay? Now the new moon in Aries, every full moon for the last 4 or 5 months now has been at 16 degrees. This one also is in Virgo. So, and that's about awakenings. That's about seeing the new picture. Okay? For you, it'll be about awakenings and what did we say? Your money, right? Your finances. So you may have been drifting along thinking that your money is fine, and that full moon comes and says, you know what, we're not as good as we thought. We need to look here, and we need to look why we're spending money here, and we need to look if we want to invest over here in order to grow your money, in order to make your money work for you in some way. But I'm backtracking now. New moon in Aries is it opens you up to things to explore, to what you want to do, of what you want to step into. Okay, so it's a very momentous time to momentous about, you know what I mean. They're trying to tell me and I'm trying to say it and it's not working, so they're leaving out letters or something here on me. It's a time to really step into a new path, a desire, a goal, a dream. So for the very beginning of March, you really want to be looking at your best life ever. But as March continues and that moon and sun moves into Aries, that really marks a point of new beginnings and new starts for us. Okay, now I think with you, a lot of it will be seeking the education. Okay, learning new things, layering your knowledge so that you can take maybe, which is just a passing hobby for you right now, into something that you've got employees now to help you do the things you need to do in order to continue with your hobby. It's just, things like that. March 25th, Mars will move into Cancer. It has been in Gemini since September. It's been there for an extremely long time. We've gotten quite comfortable with our Mars in Gemini, and now it is going to be moving into Cancer. For you, that is your 12th house. And so it's about closure and endings. Okay, and changing things about your home, your family life. It could be about your security, your well-being. And you won't be very direct on any of this, okay? It'll be kind of a slow-moving, passive march through Cancer for you so that things will unfold. So, yeah, there could be a lot happening with relationships this month and going forward for like a couple of decades. And we may find that we are perhaps maybe more protective, I guess would be the words. And then that sense of protection, that sense of safety, that sense of security will drive you in a lot of areas of where you want closure in your life, where things need to change when it comes to, especially to relationships, home and family, and maybe even your money comes into play here, right? So let's get to the cards. So like lots happening, and that's just the highlights. There's all kinds of stuff happening, but we can't do it all. That was about half the deck there that fell. Okay, they're starting to get restless. I better cut them and see what the cards have to say for us, shall we? Shadow card. Shadow card is what? Oh, it's upside down. Oh, is the deck upside down? Hang on. It is. You know me. I got to do it right. Okay. One person asked me one time when I did this, why? Why do you have to reshuffle? When the deck is upside down, I think I would receive a different kind of energy. I could turn the whole deck and just read the cards, but it's a different kind of energy, and it's a lower vibration energy, I find, when I continue with the reading. So I don't. I don't. Okay, let's try that again. We got two cards here. We have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is really an understanding of what we really want to take forward with us, what has value in our life, what we definitely need to in order to step into this path, step into a goal, step into a dream, step into a desire. Okay, and so it's not just taking things because they're there and hey, I've always had them in my life, so come on along. It's more of, you know what, I don't need this part of my life anymore. I don't need whatever it is. Okay, and it could be a way of thinking, it could be a perception, it could be certain people in your life, it could be environments in your life. It could be habits, behaviors. We walk by these two swords here. They would have been so easy to walk, we wouldn't even have to break our stride in order to pick them up, but we don't. We leave them, but we take the time to bend down and pick up that one, trying to juggle the other ones and not have them fall at the same time. It's a lot harder. So some of the things that we need to take with us, it's not going to be the easiest thing to take those things with us. Okay, or to bring them in so that we can take them forward. There's going to be work. There's going to be a thought that has to go into it on how you're going to take that forward. Whatever that is for you. Look at that. We have the Tower card underneath driving that energy. So it could be that things really change in your life. Your Apple card could get a little upset knowing that, though, it's only so that you were aligned with the path that you need to be on. So whenever the Tower card comes in, it never takes away anything that we need in order to go forward on our path. And trying to keep that in mind might soothe the blow a little bit sometimes. But to have this as our undercurrent for the month, it sounds like you will be facing a lot of challenges, or it could very well could be that, we have this glass ceiling here. And it's about breaking through that glass ceiling where you thought you were limited, where you didn't think you had power, where you didn't think that you had enough of whatever enough is for what you're looking at in order to go forward. And you break through the glass ceiling. You know that you don't have to have those limitations anymore. You know that those limitations, maybe you didn't see those limitations before. You didn't even know that wall was there. But you tear down the wall and all of a sudden, wow, I'm free. I'm liberated. I can move forward in the way I want. I think a lot of it for you is going to be tapping into something that is already a gift to you, but something that you haven't really brought out into the world and utilized it. Maybe you've trickled it in, but you definitely haven't brought it out and magnified it to the tool it could be in your life to move. Maybe you're a good talker. Maybe you can draw. Maybe you, whatever it is, maybe you can draw buildings, or maybe you can, whatever it is. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you're a doctor. Maybe you're a nurse, a lawyer. Maybe you're just that cashier at the restaurant. And how do you utilize who you are, your talents, your abilities to move forward in the direction you really want? You've been hiding it in some way. You've been pulling it back in some way. And for the month of March, you're going to get this realization that it doesn't need to be in your life anymore. That even though it's been handy to just bring that stuff forward with you, there's going to be things that you're going to say, you know what? Not today, not tomorrow. It used to be, but not anymore. Our first card is the Seven of Pentacles. Where is your focus, and where does your focus need to be? Okay, this is about making commitments to yourself. This is about saying, I'm going to give my dream, my desire, my goal 15 minutes a day, and actually write it in, pencil it into a time slot. Make sure that you are living that commitment, breathing that commitment, giving it the focus and the attention it needs in order to grow into the possibilities that you can see in front of you right now. We have the Knight of Swords. I tell you, you might have been feeling like you've been going through, I see these long strides, thick, like it's like mud or something, and you're trying to walk your way through it, and it's been hard and it's been challenging, and now you hit this meadow, and the horizon is open to you. This is when you get kickstarted, you get motivated, you want to excel, you want to go forward, you want to create something, and there's no stopping you. You see so much more that's available to you than you ever had before. You're ready to meet those challenges. You're excited about life. And we have the World card. The World card is saying there is a brand new path awaiting you. Absolutely. But there are some loose ends that you need to tie up. So there's things that you need to complete. There's things you need to end. There's things you need to heal from in order for you to really step into the tomorrow that you are imagining for yourself, that you want for yourself. Because your imagination is actually very powerful, because Saturn is right there saying, okay, if that's what you want, we're going to make that a reality. We are going to transform that into something tangible. So we have the tools to go forward, and you're starting to see it. It's starting to come alive for you. You're getting excited, but there are things that are going to be holding you back. And you're not really going to be able to step into that magical path going forward unless you take care of business, take care of the house, clean the house. It's, letting go of things and completing things so that you're not taking that energy forward with you. That it's not still stealing a part of your focus or your time or your energy or your resources. For work and career, we got the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords for work and career. Now, what's that? That's Taurus. That's Venus coming in. Well, you could find that you're really not working in the field that you should be working in. This is about allowing some kind of healing in. Maybe you won't go forward because of a past situation with a boss or a coworker or a job that you once did, and it kind of, you put up walls because of that. Maybe you don't give your all, or you don't go for those promotions, or you don't excel for whatever reason. So ask yourself why you don't excel. Is it a boring job? Is it doesn't meet your passions, your dreams? And start looking for a job. Now, I'm not saying quit, okay? I'm not saying quit, because I'll tell you, statistically, okay, if you already have a job and you go for a job interview, you're more likely to get it if you have a job, because you walk in with a confidence that, you know what, if you don't give me the job, I'm okay. I still have a paycheck coming in. It's just, I want to work here. I want to, grow my passions, my desires through you. I want to utilize my talents and abilities through you. But if you don't want me, that's okay. And it comes off. Now, if you're unemployed, we come off a little bit less confident, because it's like, I really need this job. Oh, please like me, please like me, please like me. So, it's really looking at the love, the passion, the desire that you have where you work, or what you're doing, or what is holding you back because of a prior hurt. Something didn't happen. Maybe you worked really hard for a promotion, and then they gave it to the cousin of the general manager or something instead, and they hired him 2 weeks ago and he doesn't know the job. And those kinds of things happen, and we feel like it doesn't matter how hard I work, because they're not going to notice me anyways. And we start to build that wall, and we start to live behind that wall, and then we don't excel and we don't push ourselves, because we have decided that here is safe. For relationships, look at this, the High Priestess. I tell you, relationships, okay? Pluto, that is your empowerment. That is your true magic. Okay, it's your relationships that will build you up, that will strengthen you, that will build your confidence. So it's growing that relationship into the support it needs to be for you to really go out there and be the person that you've always meant to be, or wanted to be, your higher calling. Okay, this is about magic. This is about bringing the magic into the relationship. This is about turning the corner and meeting your soulmate. This is about finding your new best friend that's going to walk with you till the end of time. This is about magic coming into the relationship, creating the relationship, bringing romance into the relationship, relighting the spark within the relationship, be infused with the passion, with the magic. So if you're looking for a relationship, my goodness, March is like one of those months that are going to be incredibly fantastic to meet somebody new that will be something more than just a relationship. It'll be solid. It might have a lot of mystery in it. It might have a lot of magic in it that you wouldn't get. And if you're in a relationship, then infuse it with magic. Infuse it with beauty and compassion. Okay, Tony Robbins, he had this one thing. He's, treat every day like your first day, and you will never have a last day within a relationship. And he talked about this guy going home and saying, okay, I'm going to do this. So he came home and he was really sweet to his wife, and she thought, oh, what's he done wrong? And day 2 came, day 3 came. Pretty well it was week 1 and week 2 and week 3, and she just wasn't going to trust this. Whatever he was being so sweet about would come out in the wash, and then she'd know. So she wasn't going to fall for this. So the spark was pretty dull in the relationship. And finally he noticed that she started doing nice things for him again. and the spark came alive. So sometimes we have to be the bigger person. Sometimes we have to persevere until the other person, we can't change somebody. We can't order them to do something. But through our actions, we can demonstrate what could be done within the relationship. Absolutely. Spirituality, the Empress. Okay, this really, when you're meditating, when you're praying, when you're sitting in quiet contemplation, when you are writing in your journal, or asking for your dreams for the night ahead and to be downloaded information and knowledge and wisdom. I mean, the Empress is here to say you can give birth to something here. Okay, and so through meditation, walk through creating something, inventing something, stepping into something. Okay, play it out. Just make a little movie for yourself. And remember, you want to break through that glass ceiling. So get rid of all those limitations that you're going to put in there on yourself. No limitations. What's the greatest it could be? If it scares you, you're getting closer to what you really need to dream about and how to expand it. Health and well-being. We have the 5 of Cups. Okay, so I got this flash of not being able to do what you used to be able to do yesterday kind of stuff. And it's like I used to be able to run 5 miles, or I used to bike all day, or I used to walk up and down stairs till the cows came home, whatever it might have been for you. And you're finding that you're having a harder time, and you're thinking, well, it's too late. Okay, and if you're going to take that kind of negative, defeating attitude, then chances are your health is probably not going to be the greatest going forward. What you want to do is you want to make a new commitment to yourself. And just little tiny things in order to enhance your health, your well-being. So if you normally just roll out of bed and get on your clothes and take the shower and have the coffee, maybe spend 5 minutes just stretching for the day. Allowing that blood to start flowing, for your body to start waking up and saying, hey, we're on the move here. Or maybe work something in to lift you up in the morning. Now for February, I did a whole series of every morning at 5 a.m. I released like a 1-minute talk about gratitude and bringing gratitude into our lives, so that you would wake up with a sense of what to be grateful for, how to look for gratitude throughout the days, and things to be grateful for throughout the days, how to create beautiful moments through gratitude. So maybe working something like that, and to give yourself a little bit of a boost in the morning, to give yourself a little bit more energy. Or maybe, you take it to the next step. Maybe you were jogging for a while and now you've kind of fallen out of it and it's hard to get back into it. And this is where you need to push yourself a little bit, persevere. Or it might be trying brand new things. Maybe those things just got boring and they'll be boring forever. And so it's about looking for new avenues to build your health in a strong way, to take care of you. Now, taking care of you could also be about pampering yourself a little bit. Okay, so don't forget that part of it. That's an important part of taking care of you. Taking time out just for you, for your laughter, for your giggles, for your happiness, for your joy. We are going to get a Nature's Whispers card here. This deck has been beyond accurate. I love it as it all comes together each and every time. So what do we have for you? We have gratitude and appreciation, 46. So that's a 10 energy, right? So that's a lucky kind of energy. How does luck happen in our life? Well, through gratitude, through appreciation. Oops, my necklace just fell. Oh, darn. Okay, well, we will continue anyways. I can fix it. I got all the tools, so I can fix it. Not a problem. So I'll hold the picture up here so that you can meditate on it while I read out what it says here. Recognize the good qualities in others and openly share your gratitude with them. Write notes of thanks to those who have helped you. If someone deserves acknowledgement, take the time to let a superior or colleague know that they receive recognition they deserve. Nature is continually sharing its beauty for us to appreciate. Beholding a rainbow is a gift, and when we encounter a rainbow's beauty, it's the perfect time to be grateful for all the gifts in our lives. It's important to generate the positive flow of thankfulness that can bring joy into someone else's life. By doing so, you will not only decrease your stress, you will also generate the feeling of goodwill and love in your life. So, gratitude journals. Start your mornings with gratitude. The Tilly way. Start your mornings the Tilly way. And open up to your talents and abilities throughout the month. I think that you're going to find something there if you start looking within, and what talents and abilities, what hobbies, what likes, what passions you have, and how you can transform that into being more than, and stepping into something great and wonderful. I mean, this could be a business venture. This could be, it could be a business venture of some time. It could be a new job opportunity. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.